Welcome to Meet You at the Top podcast. Guys, you know what time it is. If you love our show, if you love watching and listening, please do like, share, subscribe. It means the world to us. You know what time it is. Meet You at the Top podcast with your host, Meg Dwolski and
Elfie Balumbo. You guys, today we have a celebrity barber, owner of the Apollo Barbershop and owner of the Circle of Life. We have none other than Jordan. Welcome to Meet You at the Top podcast.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely. How are you feeling?
Feeling great.
Okay. Amazing. So Jordan, before we get into your profession of being a barber, you have shared with us that, you were dealing with addiction and fighting with that, for a good portion of your upbringing. So we want to touch a little bit on that because I think it's so inspiring, first of all, for you to come here and even be willing and open to talk about that, because it's tough,
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's tough, and everyone's fighting their own addictions in life, right? Mm-hmm. So let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with, what was your drug of choice?
My drug of choice, I think I started off with weed and cigarettes at a very young age, like 13. And by 13, 14, 15, started selling weed, started smoking weed every day, I moved to Bolton, a very small community, and very few black people. And I was introduced to weed at a very young age. And it really captivated my mind and allowed me just to deal with my stress, just being in that environment with so many people like myself. So I ended up moving back to Toronto, and then still selling more weed, a lot of weed, and then my friends were doing cocaine.
But this is not 13, right?
No, it's
just to clarify.
I'm 17 years old, right?
Okay.
So if 10 of your friends are doing cocaine, I don't care who you are, you're gonna be the 11th one. You are your environment, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up doing cocaine from I was 17 up until probably this year.
How did you afford to buy cocaine at 17? Because it's expensive, right?
Yeah, well, I was selling weed,
that's right.
So it was easy. My friends are selling cocaine. A lot of my friends are older than me, you know. So I never grew up in the hood. Mm-hmm. There's a difference between being in the hood and being in the streets. I was in the streets.
What's the difference?
I didn't grow up in a poverty-stricken environment, right? Mm-hmm. Although the people around me didn't have money, we still came from good homes. I'm not saying if you live in the hood, you come from a bad home.
Right.
It's more just broken down, more violence,
Yeah.
I grew up in a good neighborhood, Jewish neighborhood, but a lot of people like myself, we didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we went outside to get money.
Yeah.
My uncle passed away when I was 15 years old. My mom's brain was shot,
Right.
And then we suffered a lot. So I had to go outside of myself and really take, and I took from people, I took from the streets. I did a lot of bad shit,
Yeah.
But now I'm just trying to reverse that karma, so. But
It's never too late, right?
It's never too late. But I had that demon stuck to me for a very long time, And cocaine's it's an addiction you hide,
Right.
You don't, a lot of people do it and do it in public. And I can see it in their eyes, the demon, it's like I'm looking in a reptile, it's not their self. And they can't look at me in my eye because I just been on this journey, I got a very strong spirit. I've been holding my semen since January 15th, and I promised my uncle, who passed away, that I'm gonna take this to the top. So meet me at the top.
Let's go. We'll definitely talk a little bit about that later on. I wanted to ask you, so because you started with weed, do you consider weed a gateway drug to other drugs?
Yeah, for sure, because it still has a hold of my mind. It's the last addiction I'm trying to break, and I feel like if I could really get over this addiction, I could really tap into myself and manifest really greatness. I use weed because I'm stressed out and I'm addicted, and it's just like
and
drinking
it's legal.
water. right now.
Yeah.
It's illegal because they want to take all the money from the people, right?
Exactly.
Do you think there's a difference between the weed that you grow organically, like not you per se, but like in general that people can grow in their homes versus the ones that we're buying at the dispensaries?
Oh yeah, for sure, because I think anything is homegrown because you talk to it, you care for it, you love it, you know? I might not be that potent, but has a connection to you. Right?
I don't know about that. I grew weed once with my brother, and that shit was strong.
Yeah.
It got us so high. I was like, yo, let me like take a seat for a minute. I couldn't move.
Lock her
But
up.
you know what? Have done a lot of research on it as well, and I think that the way that they're mutating and they're cross breeding this new weed, it causes more anxiety in the long run.
Yeah, and it's very powerful. Like I was like 15 smoking barn weed, right? Imagine like 15 and you're smoking the gas,
Yeah.
right? And then you're smoking grabba. You're sweating. You're frying your brain at a young age.
Yeah.
You know, it's not fair to these kids, right? So it's important for me to use myself as an example because I look like them, I talk like them, but we're using our brain in a different way.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
So-
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Did your friends and family know about your addiction?
When I was 18, my mom asked me one time, I came home from Barrie, if I was doing cocaine, and I said yes. You know, it broke her heart, and it's a hard addiction to really break. You know, it's very lonely nights, and it's like a trance. You can't get out of it. You know, and there's been times like last year, 2 years ago, where I did cocaine for 7 days straight. You know,
Wow.
I did 7 grams, turned off my phone. My family called the cops, all this type of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So it really fucks you up. And then every day you're not, pursuing your dreams. You're pushing yourself six months back, you know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it hurt me, because I'm a very powerful person, but I couldn't beat it, And I was like fighting. I'd have glimpses, but like there's so much temptation, right? And you're on social media, I'm a good-looking guy. There's
Okay.
a million women out here,
Yeah.
So and you're on that vibration, you're on that frequency, you attract what you are,
Yeah.
So I'm attracting these women who want to do drugs, stay up, party, fuck, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Keep
crazy,
it real.
So
Yeah.
I'm losing my soul,
Yeah.
and I'm sharing my precious energy with people who don't care about me, and it's a long road back, but now I'm
Right.
here,
Yeah.
I'm fully focused, and that's why I'm on this journey of semen retention, because it's important who you share your energy with,
Yeah, amen.
And you're out here, people are out here fucking people, and they don't care about them, and they don't love them, right? And
Yeah.
they're going home, and people are broken, and you're downloading all those other people's energy that they've been with. It's deeper than rap,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you gotta keep your head on a swivel, but it's hard, So if you mess up, it's okay. You just
Right.
reflect how you feel and how that person made you feel. But if they made you feel like you're in love, appreciate that, and love them back, don't steal that energy.
Yeah.
And the road to recovery you mentioned is very lonely. What are some things that helped you, like, because you can't do it alone, you need a support system, right?
Yeah, because like I had many addictions, right? So with alcohol, I had alcohol addiction, the drug addiction, I had a sex addiction, right? And then the alcohol addiction got so bad, every time I took a shot, I'd throw up for stomach acid for 7 hours, And I'd be crying in my bathroom, and my mom would be like, yo, you're gonna die,
Yeah.
And so it was very painful,
Yeah.
And I'd keep on doing it and never learn my lesson, and finally I just looked myself in the mirror, and I'm just like, yo, there has to be more to life,
Yeah.
And then I ended up submitting myself to God and just taking that journey and really trying to like be a better person, It's hard, and because not many people are on that journey, right? That's the
Yeah.
hard thing about it, right? So you have to really give yourself up to a higher power, right? And no, you're not alone, even though if you feel alone. And my vice was the gym, Anytime I felt
Yes.
alone, anytime I had a crazy feeling, I knew it wasn't my own thoughts. So I just ran to the gym, go on 2-hour runs, do whatever I can just to lift my spirit up,
Yeah.
And then like the gym has memory, so it was like my own therapy because I got myself in this mess. I'm not going to CAMH. I'm not going to no hospital. I'm getting myself out of it, you know? So some days I would go to the gym, you know, people see me like, oh, you know, like you're so strong. Some days I went to the gym for 5 minutes just to look at the gym, and I slowly build it up on a compound interest, you know?
Okay.
And I swear to God.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And I didn't start running at 2 hours. I started running for like 10 minutes, you know, 5 minutes, you know? I kept on going, building my mind.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's like I want to share it with the world, you know?
Yeah, I love that.
And now I beat the addiction.
Yeah.
You know, I could look at people in their eyes and be like, yo, this is me. This is
Yeah.
the real me.
Yeah.
You never even met me before. And
Right.
That's the craziest part. Right?
Yeah.
That's amazing because I feel like a lot of people are still on that journey to beat addiction, especially like you said, like cocaine. I feel like that's such a social drug. People do it, they go out,
Oh,
right?
man, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's literally
Corporate, it's literally everywhere.
everywhere. What would you say would be the start of the cause of addiction? Was it the people you're hanging around? Was
Yeah,
it?
it's your environment, right?
Okay.
And you have to be stronger than that, right? Because if you have a dream like me, I had a dream. I wanted to play basketball, but I still was in the streets. So my friends, if they really loved me, they would tell me not to do cocaine, but they wanted to party, and I had the money, and so
Yeah, misery loves company.
yeah, you know, we're all here to be used. We're not here to be misused. You know,
Right,
so
right.
how can I serve your purpose? How can you serve mine? And we move forward.
Yeah.
Now, are there any long-term consequences of your drug use, or like what are some consequences you think that come from drug use?
You lose yourself. You lose your voice. You lose your confidence. You know, you're hiding in the dark. You're always doing some slimy shit. You know. It's crazy because before last year I was on a semen retention journey. I was very powerful, but I still get triggered by going back out into society. So, and I ended up releasing again and losing myself again and doing drugs again, you know. And I really thought I beat it, and I was crying a lot in my room in the dark for like 7 days. And my mom was like, yo, pick it up, you know,
Yeah.
like, are you praying and what are you doing, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was really hard. Even like on New Year's, you know, I was really messed up and I was trying to find myself, you know. And my mom, she's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. She's like, are you okay, you know? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, are you doing drugs again? I'm like, nah, you know? And I looked at her again. I'm like, yeah, I am. You know? And she's like, yeah, I found the cocaine in your dresser, you know? And it's New Year's night, you know?
Yeah.
And we're just there crying, hugging. And I'm just telling her, you know, it's okay, you know? Like, I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm just building my mind up, you know? Sometimes you have to go back into that darkness to feel that pain that you feel that you never want to feel again, you know? And that's what it really was for me. And then I just started praying, and then I just started getting on my journey. I just said, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody. And
Yeah.
I want mine, you know?
Yeah.
I want my millions. And you're not taking my mind, you know?
I love how you mentioned the spiritual aspect of drug addiction, because I truly do believe that like people that do drugs, it is demonic in terms of like, not like people doing drugs, but like the drugs themselves, like it is a spiritual warfare. It's a stronghold that is on people, you know? And one of the best ways out, okay, yes, you can go to mental health facilities and take pills or whatever, but the number one way, I would say, and I think you can agree with that, is through prayer and through like a higher power helping you through that, because it is extremely a spiritual warfare. Like they're even legalizing like drugs like in BC, and
cocaine is becoming legal.
they're having all these facilities to help with like safe drug use, but we don't have breakfast programs at schools. Like it's insane.
They got the system backwards, right? They want you to be, even just being on social media. I think what does it do for it? Is it dopamine? The hits of like through scrolling. So yeah, the drug actually has bringing a demon over you, right? So it makes you bring out your alter ego, makes you say things that are not even you, right? And then it's like, even for me, let's say if I did drugs, I just want to do a 1-2. Yeah, right. Yo, you're up for like 3 days hiding in the dark, you know? And when you wake up, it's just like, wow, you got the best of me again, you know?
Right.
It really hurts, you know? And it's just like you're losing your life, you know? And that's why people, you look at them, they're aging faster, they're 25, no glow, you know?
Yeah.
Because I say, like they say, as above, so below.
Yeah.
So my whole thing was, when I figured it out, it's like when we're younger, we grow up, we have so much life, right? And say this is my sperm count, you know? At 15, I had sex, you know? Lost it. 20, had more, you know? Lost like 25%. 27, still fucking good. You know? I'm at 25%. I'm at 30, I'm at even, you know? And now it's going down to negative. And now lower frequencies, you know?
Yeah.
And now you have to build back your energy so you can build back your charisma, build back your voice, build back your channels, and really focus, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what life's about.
How many times would you say that you've relapsed?
Plenty of times, but yeah, January 15th was my uncle's birthday. It was probably the last time I did cocaine, and I promised him, you know, this is the last time, and I'm really gonna get on it.
No, you've been doing amazing. I see you in the gym. I see you like working towards like all your goals. So like I'm proud of you, you know? And I'm sure that even the younger men who are trying to better themselves, and it helps to see somebody who you can relate to that looks like you and that has overcome it or is in the process of recovery. So good for you.
Yeah, you know, so yeah, the process of recovery is never ending, because even I went to the Fox on John, and me and my friend were there, and he's like, yo, let's get wine, you know? And I was like, I'll get a glass, but I hate drinking. So I didn't even finish the glass. I took a few sips. I said, I'm gonna make the wine watch me this time, you know? Like, I'm not playing with you guys, you know? And then the guy sitting beside me, he was like, come over here, look. And he had his wallet, and he had a bag of cocaine.
Oh, man.
You know? And I'm just like, nah, bro, that's not cool. And before, say if that was last year, I'd go run to the bathroom with him and do it, you know? I wasn't strong enough, so it takes a strong spirit, but that's why I put myself in those social settings now, because there's people like me, and I am the light, and they gravitate towards me, you know? And I find the people who need the help, and I am the voice of the people, you know? So there's a lot of pain, wisdom, 33 years of darkness in this podcast, you know, I'm sharing with the world. And a lot of people don't know this about me, and I'm not scared, you know? So no one can say anything about me, because this is who I am.
Yeah,
you know?
you're being authentic.
And I own up to it, you know.
Yeah, every person, like you said, has something they're struggling with. This is like your truth, you know, of your growth journey. And so we're so happy that you're sharing with us. How did you know that the cocaine had a hold on your life? Was it when you started using by yourself in your room? Like, what was the breaking point where you're like, yeah, this is completely out of hand?
Yeah, it's definitely just gradually. It was more social at first, you know.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, it's more social, and then you end up like doing it in your room. You know, it's like it's retarded. You know, it's absolutely nuts. And then you sit in your room and you're just there in the darkness for like 3 days. Your mom's upstairs. You're trying to like hide, you know, around people. You can't look people in their eyes. You know, like. I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear you.
It's like,
what has your addiction and your experience with your addiction taught you at the end of the day? Now looking back.
My experience with my addiction, what has taught me is just like anything is possible in life. You know? Just like you could come over the darkness. It didn't happen for you. I mean to say it didn't happen to you. It happened for you. I had to learn my own lessons in life. And it was a hard journey, right? And it was just taking one step forward each day and believing in yourself, and taking yourself out of elements that trigger you, and people who trigger you, right? And people who do it unintentionally, but it's just God's way of testing people, right?
Yeah.
And not testing people, well, like using them to test you, Because yesterday I was on my friend's birthday, and last time I seen them, we're at a wedding taking shots like crazy, and my friend was like, "Yo, you don't drink?" The whole night. He was like, "Yo, you want a shot?" And I'm like, "Nah, bro, I don't drink," know? And I'm not judging him, but this is the new me, and you have to get used to it.
But do your friends know about your struggles? And, because I feel like if I knew my friend was recovering, I wouldn't even ask them if they want a shot,
Now I'm more open with it, right?
Okay.
Because I don't really care.
Well, hopefully they watch this, and now moving forward, y'all are not tempting him, okay?
Yeah, but you'll still see me in the club, whatever, and I can enjoy myself.
Of course.
And before I was like really judgmental of people. I'm like, oh, why are you destroying yourself drinking? But you're on your own journey.
Yeah.
If you're having fun, I love it. Let's all have fun together. I'm not drinking because I know what it does to me.
Right.
And if drinking makes you feel good, all good.
Yeah. And I feel like some people, when they don't have an addiction with alcohol or whatnot, they can't understand why someone wouldn't want to do alcohol. That's why they're like, oh, just take a shot, like nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's because they can't put themselves in your shoes, right?
Yeah.
Now, you do talk about doing a lot of work on the soul, the body, the mind. One of the things being semen retention. So for our audience members that don't know about semen retention, it's not ejaculating for a prolonged period of time. Now, I have a few questions about it. When did you start, or how long has it been? Do you see any benefits to this practice?
Oh, yeah. I think it's the elixir of life. Mm-hmm. I think everyone should do semen retention. Because I feel like as a young adult, we ejaculate too early, so we don't go through our puberty stage as a boy to a man mm-hmm. at the right way, Mm-hmm. So probably hold on. Shout out to Bubbly.
Yeah, shout out. Hopefully they sponsor us soon. They better.
Yeah. So I heard about semen retention, and then I just knew I remember working out. I'd always have so much energy by the end of the week, and then I'd do drugs and drink, and I'd lose all my energy. And I ended up learning about semen retention, and I did last year 111 days. And
wow.
It was honestly the craziest time of my life. I manifested a lot of my goals. I cut Tory Lanez again.
Okay.
I cut Burner Boy.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah. I did a lot of great things, I just really tapped into myself. And then I lost it, right? Mm. I fell off the train, and then I did it again because I'm like, I really gotta tap into myself, So when you do it, it's like peeling back the layers of yourself, mm-hmm. Each 30 days is a new layer. So it's like meeting yourself all over again because you're holding on to that energy, and that energy is so strong. And what you want to do, you want to make it climb up from the root chakra to the crown chakra. So you bust your pineal gland. Mm-hmm. And which I have done before. That's how I broke my addiction. Mm-hmm. And so, you get really close to yourself, and it's like you're a magnetic pole. Anything you think about, it shows up, and you really have to believe in yourself. But it's so hard because they make porn so accessible. There's OnlyFans. There's women everywhere. Yeah. So you have to hold on to that energy and move it within your body. That's why I'm in the gym running so much. I'm just tunnel vision, and I use it for prayer. I use it for everything, Yeah,
good for you. Now let's get into a little bit about, your dream of becoming a barber, and you mentioned, you've cut so many celebrities' hair in the city when they're visiting. How did your dream about becoming a barber start?
I didn't really dream about becoming a barber. It just kind of fell in my lap, right? Mm-hmm. I was hustling from when I was 13 to 26, working little jobs. But I hate working construction because these guys are trying to boss me around like I'm not a boss. know?
Yeah.
You can't get a raise for $1. It's ridiculous out here.
No, that's very factual.
And it's
real
physical.
life.
Physical labor is hard to maintain long term.
Especially, you know, when you're black, working these jobs.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get in the union. They're treating you like you're a piece of shit. You know, it's actually crazy. I remember one time they told me with a small little disc, yo, cut a piece of steel. Like, how am I gonna do that? I use like 20 discs. And it's like 40 degrees outside. I'm sweating, you know?
Yeah.
So I walked off the job after watching Creed. You know? And I'm like, this guy got promotion and said, fuck the job. I'm like, that's what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
And one day I was, shout out to my friend, my barber friend, Shadow. I was getting a haircut, and I was looking at everybody in the shop. I'm like, yo, how much money you make? Man's like $100,000. I looked at everyone in the shop. I was like, I can do this. You know? I'm like, this looks easy. You know? I'm like,
couple fades.
I'm like, this is just like selling drugs, you know? I'm like, you're charging $40.
Yeah.
I gotta find 10 heads. That's $400.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's easy money, you know? I say I use my street smarts and I apply it to this barber game, you know?
Amen.
And that's really what it was. That's what kicked started. And then I went to a hairstyling school because I didn't know nothing about hair. I'm in there doing women's hair, doing highlights, all these type of things, you know? And
that's amazing.
Yeah, I really came outside myself because I thought my friends were gonna think I was gay, you know, doing blow dries, but I became a blow dry king at the school. I loved it, you know. Shout out Marker College.
Yeah.
And my teacher, Mr. J. And yeah, and then I said I'm gonna become a celebrity barber. I'm gonna cut Tory Lanez. I remember cutting Tory Lanez the NBA Finals, the Raptors.
Wow.
I just started cutting hair, probably like a few months. I was sweating.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It must come naturally to you to be cutting Tory Lanez a couple months after you just got into it.
Yeah, it was just like I said it was gonna happen, and it just showed up, right? So be careful with your words, guys.
Only speak positivity.
Yeah.
Now, what was the most memorable celebrity haircut that you've had?
Definitely 19 Keys. You know,
Okay.
it was most recently. It was just because the way I said it was gonna happen, right? He came to Toronto. He did a post. He's like, who are the top barbers? And I'm like, I'm the top barber.
Okay.
Basically.
Energy.
And I got a few people in just like comment and just like the post, you know, just like the comment, right? So then I reached out to his manager and I'm like, yo, I'm a barber from Toronto. Hit me up. And they're like, yo, I have a barber. So I talked to my cousin and he's like, yo, you should reach back out to the manager. I'm like, yo, brother, you know how much work I put in? I'm like, you know, I know how the universe works. Once I set my intention, it's gonna come back to me. I'm like, no one has worked as hard as me this year in this round. You know, like I really do this every day. So I'm like, just chill, you know. So I see my friend DJ P Plus on the news with 19 Keys. I'm like, yo, I want to meet 19 Keys, and he's like, okay, meet me at the one hotel Sunday at 1:00. I'm like, bet. Call my cousin. I'm amped. I'm like, oh, I got in. I'm gonna meet him. I don't care if I cut him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I came out the gym. 20 minutes later, I get a call. It's like a number from Oakland. It's the manager. Yo, 19 Keys needs a cut tomorrow. Pull up. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, yo, I told you, you know. I'm like, I do this for real, you know. I'm like, I know how to use my mind, you know. And it was just like a really monumental moment, like just proving myself, like my own worth, you know. I was very proud of myself. You know? I'm like, if I could do that, the sky's the limit. And just being around 19 Keys and just, I see what he's doing. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I am doing, not trying to do. You know, I'm using my voice, being a voice for the people, and you know, I got big dreams. And it's not even dreams. I'm living it. This is reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you also cut YK Osiris's hair.
Yeah.
How do you get these clients? Like, I know you just mentioned you reached out to the manager, but do you do that every time for all of the celebrities that you've cut?
No, the YK Osiris.
He seems funny.
Yeah, Elkin loves him.
He's super hilarious. Shout out to him. And we're playing basketball of office hours, and it's like an invite, and I seen him. I was like, yo, I'm the best barber in Toronto. I'm like, you need a lineup? He was like, yeah. So we're going down the court again. I'm like, yo, brother. every time.
Was his lineup messed up?
No. So like when he was leaving, I'm just like, yo, make sure you plug in. And he took my number, and that night we linked up, and the rest was history. And it was just nice to see like my work on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You know, like,
wow.
I used to watch that show when I was like 20, like all the time, you know, just see my work like right there, front page of the world, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I have to ask this question. Do they tip well?
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Okay. We respect that.
You know, but the thing is, with like even 19 Keys, Burner Boy, especially 19 Keys, it was during Ramadan. Of course, I gotta get the money from them, but you shouldn't take money from your brothers, right? And they ended up paying me at the end. But like even Burner Boy, I'm not worried about the little $200.
Right.
That picture I'm taking with you, I made that money back 1,500 times already.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
So the energy exchange, you know, just seeing yourself on that frequency and just, you know, being proud of your work. Some things are not always about money. You're just proving yourself your own worth, you know?
100%. I totally agree. Even with us with the podcast, we're doing it because we love it, not because, like we're going to be making money or whatever. Obviously, it takes time to grow things, but at the end of the day, this podcast is all about doing things that you love, things that you're gifted at, because the money will always follow.
Yeah, it's going to follow. You putting in the hard work, right? The compound interest.
That's right. Compound interest. I love that. Was there a celebrity that you cut that completely changed your mind about them?
It's hard to tell because like each celebrity relationship is different, right? Like Tori, when I met Tori, he was going up the pinnacle of his success, and then the last time I caught Tori, he was about to go into jail, you know? So not a lot of people could look into people's souls. So I could tell you where you're at in your life, you know? But that's not for me to speak on his own situation.
Right.
You know? And then Burner Boy, I remember sitting in a room, and he was like, yo, hurry up. And he has like... he has like 5 people behind me because the last barber pushed his shit back to Africa, you know? And he's... you know? So like I got 5 people standing behind me. He's like, yo, hurry up, you know? I'm like, yo, Burner Boy, you're always gonna be at the right place at the right time, you know?
Yeah.
And he didn't say nothing back to me. You know? And the next day he called me again, you know, fixed up the lineup, and we went. I was with him for the whole day. I went to go check Popcorn. It was crazy, you know.
Nice, it's
back
beautiful.
In these SUVs, living my dream, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if Brendan Boy wants to come on the podcast,
right?
Ask him next time you're doing a lineup.
Right.
Okay, so let's get into the circle of life.
Yes.
So here we have some of your amazing products. Can you tell us about what CMOS is, what it does, and how you started this business?
All right, Circle of Life, CMOS is composed of 102 minerals, and your body is composed of, sorry about this. CMOS is composed of 92 minerals, and your body is composed of 102 minerals. So like, has a lot of minerals your body needs every day. So I just take 2 scoops, and I came across it watching I think it was like Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Dr. Sebi on YouTube.
Yes, I love Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, and then I seen them talking about it. I went on Instagram. My friend was making CMOS right away. I'm like, yo, send me some. And then since then, it was like 5-6 years ago. You know, I'm just like, I'm on the CMOS. And then I was thinking about a company. I'm like, I gotta introduce this to the people in the right way. I had like 50 names written down. And then I'm there one night, probably high as shit, watching Lion King. And then it said Circle of Life, and it rang a bell, and I was just like, that's it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the name for the company, and boom, we're here. I put a lot of energy, I put a lot of love into this company. Here's the soaps. They're made with sea moss, essential oils,
Wow.
charcoal. And we have the creams made with shea butter, essential oils, a whole bunch of stuff. Shout out to my mom for making all this greatness. You know?
Mom is so supportive.
Yeah.
She's amazing, you know? She's my rock. And without my mom, I wouldn't even be here today, you know?
Wow.
She saved my soul. She prayed for me so many times. I couldn't even imagine all the prayers she's done, you know?
Yeah.
Even like this year, it was really hard for me. I was about to quit barbering, go back to construction, call my friend, got a union job. And I remember when he called me, he's like, yo, you ready? I was like, yo, fuck that job. You know?
Never mind.
Bye. Yeah,
I was just joking.
There's definitely nothing like a mother's love. I truly believe in that as well. So what are some of the ways that you can use sea moss, or like, you know, like say if I purchase this, what do I do with it when I take it home?
Well, you have to wash it like rice, you know, and put lime in it, then rewash it for like 24 hours. Put it in the stove. Put on the stove, let it get a little bit gooey, like gel, and then you put in the blender, like 1 cup of sea moss, 1 cup of water, and then that's how you get the gel.
That's good.
And you give both options. They can buy it already made, or they can buy it prepackaged.
Yeah, because it's very time consuming, right?
Right,
You have to be
absolutely.
very thorough. You know, I put a lot of energy. I transfer my energy. I set affirmations to my sea moss. You know, it's very. I get personal with it. I get close with it, you know, and you're not going to get close to me, touching me, having sex with me, or nothing. So if you want a piece of me or want a piece of my love, you got to buy this sea moss.
Hey, that's good marketing. That's good marketing. And for all of our viewers who are watching this on YouTube, if you want a chance to win one of the bags of sea moss, leave a comment saying I love sea moss below, and we'll choose one lucky winner at the end of the week.
Yeah.
So what do you hope to achieve in the next 10 years for yourself?
In the next 10 years, I hope to achieve generational wealth.
Amen.
You know, and really change my family's life. It's not for me, it's for them. You know, I look at people in my life, you know, we're at the age, I can't wait until I'm 35, 38. I need to do this right now. So I hope to be on the stage, rocking these stages, sharing my life story.
Okay.
You know, and getting paid for it, you know, and just being a motivational speaker for the youth. I see myself opening multiple businesses that I have coming up. I'm not going to share with them, share with you guys now, because they're going to lose their power.
Yeah, no, I hear you 100%.
Yeah, you know, but really just taking it one step at a time, not really like looking too far, and just building this generational wealth within, you know, because that's the whole goal. Everyone's looking outside of themselves for the goals, but you have to start within to heal within all your generational trauma and all the trauma that you built up on a false reality that people are living, and get closer to yourself. And then once you do that, you can raise your energy, and once you hit your heart chakra, you can manifest the love you want, the life you want, and it's gonna be purposeful, you know, and you use your voice in the right way. That's why you go on Instagram, people only take pictures of money and all this dumb stuff, you know,
like flex.
Yeah. Let me see, like, talk for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's see then we can see what's cracking, you know?
Yeah.
Stop the fake bullshit, you know?
I love it. I love it. So what's one piece of advice you can give our audience, if anything?
Just believe in yourself, man, and just look within. Don't look outside yourself, you know, and be on your compound interest, 1% better each day. Don't leave no stone unturned. And if you really look inside yourself, you can rediscover who you truly are, and it's a new reality, a new dimension, and shoot for the moon, you know, like anything's possible, you know. You don't have to be stuck in dogma, which is lower way of thinking, lower vibrations, doing what everyone else is doing, you can achieve your dreams.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jordan, we want to thank you for coming on and sharing your story. And it's been very inspiring, not only for ourselves, but for our viewers. Before we end the segment off, where can the audience find you online as well as purchase your CMOS?
You can purchase my CMOS at circleoflife.yyz. And you can find me online at Banks360 with an underscore, and come share my energy. If you have any questions, give me a shout. And man, I'll meet you at the top.
Okay.
We are at the top at this podcast. And,
Yes, absolutely. And I also just want to thank you because you're so quick and easy to give people advice on mental health and just so many things that you've been going through. Like, I know personally, from my own experience, anybody who's looking to have any type of advice, or they need maybe just somebody to relate to, Jordan definitely was so easy and willing to help me with my own questions. So I just wanted to thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Awesome. Alfie, finish us off.
It is Meet You at the Top podcast. We'll see you there.
Meet you at the top.